Guys, welcome back to another MCreator procedure tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at the X, Y, and Z blocks, which are these ones right here. You can find these blocks under the Minecraft components, and on the top there it says X, Y, and Z. If you ever delete these blocks by accident, you can find them under this tab. Many procedure blocks contain these X, Y, and Z location ones. Some of the data ones as well use these, and many of the world procedures actually use these as well, and some of the data ones for the world procedures as well. You might also come across them for entities, rarely, not all the time, but there are some cases that you might come across them, like attempt to make entity find path and move to, and then there's an X, Y, and Z there. So that would be one method. There's also look direction. So there's a few different ones that are dependent on that. There are some player ones as well. But anyhow, my point is that they're pretty common for procedure blocks to actually use these locations. Let's talk about where the location is going to be. So this is going to be depending on the trigger itself. So for example, when we use the player right clicks on block, this is going to be located at the block's location that we actually right click on. This is basically going to remove the block we right click on in that case. So you can also see that there is on the right hand side dependencies for these blocks. There's X, Y, and Z. If we remove X, you can see that those coordinates will basically remove for the X, Y, and Z. So those will require the X, Y, and Z dependencies. One of the things that you can do is offset the location of the X, Y, and Z blocks. By doing this, you can use the math operator and a number, and you can shift the coordinates depending on the direction. So for example, if we go ahead and start with X, positive X is actually east, negative X is west. Then we have our positive Y, which is up, pretty easy one to actually understand. And then negative Y is down, and our positive Z is going to be south, and our negative Z is going to be north. So those are the general directions that you can work with when offsetting coordinates and stuff like that. The only thing that I need to mention is many times when you see these X, Y, and Z blocks, due to the dependencies not actually needing a location, you can actually use number blocks as well. This will be a targeted location in the world. Chunks might not always be loaded, so you might need to force load them. You can actually set the location for a specific place in the world, like maybe 199, 199, and 199, and that will run it at the XYZ location of that particular spot in the world that it's running in. So just some handy tips for that. And again, it doesn't use the dependency when you do it that way, and it's been pretty stable since it's reliable if you need to ever do that for a specific location. The downside is you don't know where the event is taking place, so there is some pros and cons to using this method. All right, so for your assignment, make a global right click action and print out each coordinates where the right click action is located. So basically just print out these X, Y, and Z blocks and see where you're right clicking on. You can also go ahead and shift the location if you wanted to, and try that as well and see if you can get the coordinate of that other location. Other than that, that's your assignment for today. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, rate the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.